Hey, what kind of plant should you always watch out for? An ambush.
Hi, David. It's James Wigney from News Corp in Australia. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, James?
I'm not too bad at all. Now, look, thoroughly enjoying what I've seen of Goosebumps so far. What did you like about this? Were you already a fan?
You know, I have to admit, I didn't know too much about it. I, of course, had heard about Goosebumps, but I'd never really seen anything. They sent me this first script, and then I immediately watched the first season of it and read the first script, and I was like, okay, this is amazing. I've always been a fan of horror, comedy, action, and I've always wanted to like be an actor in one of those films or series. So after reading it and then talking to everyone, the writers about what the whole 8-episode arc is, I was like, okay, this is incredible. I'm dying to be a part of this. So I was just really thrilled that we were able to make it happen.
Yes. Were you already kind of in that young adult world, literature world as a dad yourself?
You know, that's an interesting question. Like I remember when I was a kid, I was really into sci-fi, fantasy. I mean, all kinds of books. But my kid is less interested in that genre. I mean, more into like Greek history and Greek ancient Greece and Greek mythology, right? So, but I know that when I mentioned this, all of my kids' friends were like screaming. They can't wait. They're all like 13, 14. So they're chomping at the bit for January 10th, basically. They can't wait.
Is there a little bit of Ross energy in Anthony? I feel like paleontology and botany are not a million miles away from each other, and Ross Geller would definitely put together informational packs for his children.
Yeah, I see this, obviously they're both characters who have a passion for science and history, but I think the comparison falls away after that. I mean, Anthony is he's a dad of teenage twins. As a boy, he had this traumatic thing happen to his older brother, which we'll find out in series. And he's home taking care of his mom who has dementia. So not exactly the greatest moment or chapter in the character's life. Like he's struggling, right? But what happens very quickly and very soon is you realize just how close and how much love there is in the family with him and his kids. And they're off on some adventure and a mystery they're trying to solve. And at the same time, my character is becoming unwittingly involved in some life form that's changing him, shall we say. I can't give away too much, but the mysteries kind of circle back and are connected to what happened 30 years ago with his older brother. It's a really ingenious kind of plot that unfolds over 8 episodes. And the through line of this family, like that starts really close and then is kind of broken and pulled apart and then comes back together at the end is a very, I think, rewarding
yes
plot and feeling.
The action obviously kicks off in 1994, a fairly seminal year in your life, I would imagine.
Right. Yeah.
Looking back, I mean, it's been 30 years. Feels like it's been a very big year for that show, for very celebratory reasons and some sadder reasons as well. Does it feel like it's been more present in your life these past few 12 months maybe than it has been in maybe a long time?
I mean, I guess, thinking about the 30th, I was actually in Los Angeles when the date of the it was 30 years since we aired, and I took LeBlanc out to dinner, and we had a little toast to each other and toast to everyone and a toast to Matthew, but yeah, I mean, it's incredibly moving to realize that something we did when 30 years ago, when I was 27, I started that, and that still people are finding maybe comforting, funny. I mean, that's really incredible, and I'm really grateful.
Absolutely. All right. Well, look, thank you so much for your time today. Much appreciated. Can't wait to see the rest of Goosebumps, and all the best with it.
Thanks so much.